Alright, in this video we're going to learn to make simple maps. We're going to be basically making this map right here that I have made previously. So if we zoom in, you'll see that this map also has the coordinates as well. It has a title here, then it has a north arrow, it has a scale bar here, and then it has a legend with the name of the countries. Okay, so this is the JPEG version of it. Now I also have the PDF version of it here. This is the PDF version of it. There we go. The PDF version is a bit more clear than the JPEG version to me actually. Now if I decrease the size of it, let's go to 50, and you can see the PDF version in full length as well. Okay, so let's minimize that. Let's go to our workspace. From here we're going to open our in the park area. Oh, sorry about that. There we have the in the park area here. Now I'm going to do a chloroplath mapping here. Let's go to properties. Let's go to categories. Now this is the color ramp I have chosen. Now we're going to take our name 0 because it holds the name India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. We're going to add all the values here and then we're going to apply it. Okay, there you go. Now you can change the color to match the color that I have set previously. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click here. It was red, right? Pakistan was red, so let's make it red. Click on OK. Now for India, we're going to, let's take the sun color. Click on OK. And it doesn't look like that from the previous one. So let's see, here we go. Now it looks a bit more like the one we have in the picture right here. There we go. Now, oh sorry, I just need to add borders to it. Skip outline color. Make the outline. This is the outline width. Click on OK. Now we have the outline width here. Now for Pakistan, we are going to give outline as well. The same outline width. There we go. Now that our interface is ready, we're going to go to layout view. To go to layout view, we can go from here, as you can see. This is the layout view, or you can go from the views tab to here, layout view. Whichever is easy for you. For me, this is the easy one. So let's go to layout view. There we go. We have our layout view. Now I'm going to take the pen tool and I'm going to place my map in the center. There you go. It looks to be in the center to me. Let's take it a bit higher. Done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the title here. To insert the title, we're going to go to the insert tab, and then here we have the title. Click on it. Now you have to write the title. Let's write Indo-Pak countries. Now click on OK, and the title is placed here. Now if you want to change the position of the title, you can also do that. Click on the title and you'll see that it has been selected. Then you can move it around like that. You can put it here, or you can put it back where it was. You can even take it to the bottom, however, whichever place you want to place it. Now we're going to add our north arrow. Let's go to insert again. There we have the north arrow. Now you can choose from the various types of north arrows available here. So let's take this one. And always make sure that scale to fit is turned on. Okay, now click on OK, and your north arrow is here. Now what we can do is we can increase the size of the north arrow. We're just going to place our cursor on one of these 4 nodes, and as you can see, cursor has changed. Now we're going to click on it and we're going to drag it and make it a bit bigger, as much bigger as we need. There we go. I think this would be alright. Okay, now I'm again taking the pen tool and bringing it to a bit more higher. There you go. Now I'm going to insert the scale here. So let's go back to insert, and you'll see a scale bar here. Click on that and you can choose from the various scale bar options you have available here. So I'm going to take the second one, click on OK, Now I'm going to place it just right here. There we go. Now what I want to do is I want to add a legend. So we're going to be adding the legend, a similar legend like this one. Now this legend doesn't look nice because the one country is here and two countries are in this column. So I want each country to be in each individual column. So we're going to do that. Now to add legend, we're going to go to insert again, and here you can see legend. Click on the legend. Now this window will pop up, and you can here set the number of columns in your legend. So number of columns is going to be 4. Then click next. Now number of columns is 4 for me, but if you're working on a different project with a lot of legends, you need to adjust the numbers to your liking. As you practice more and more, you'll understand how much to take eventually. Now let's go to the next option. Here you can change the legend title, font properties, the color, the size, the font type. You can make it bold, italic, underline. So I'm not doing anything, I'm keeping it as it is. I'm just going to move the orientation to justify. There you go. Now let's move on. Next, this is the legend frame. You can add a border to your legend frame. I'm just taking the 0.5 border there, and you can also add a background to your legend frame. I'm not taking any background, but you can choose from all of these backgrounds if you want to take one. Then you can add drop shadow to your legend frame as well. These are the options you can choose from for a drop shadow. If you play with them, you'll understand how each of them works. I'm not going to show you everything here. And then there's the gap and the rounding as well. Now let's go to next. Now you can change the size and shape of the symbol patch used to represent the polygon features in your legend, meaning this symbol patches. There you go. This symbol patches, this rectangular type symbol patches, you can change it from here. Select one or more legend items whose patches you want to change. Since we have a single item on our legend in the map, because we have one item open in the workspace, we only have one item option here. Now you can give line, and there are other options to choose from. I'm not changing it. You can change the width and the height of the patch as well, and the area. You can have rectangle, you can have water body, you can have neutral areas, you can have urbanized areas, you can have bank park or preserve. You can add ellipse, rectangle, anything. I'm just keeping it as custom because in this map it was custom. So this is our custom. Then let's go to next. Now here you can set the spacing between the parts of your legend. So there is an preview here, not a preview, it is an example, because if you change any value here, no, it is a preview, sorry about that, it is a preview. There you go. This is not a preview, more of an example to show the where the spacing is going to be. Actually, for title and legend items, you can see the spacing is going to be in this place, but if I change the value to 5, you'll see that nothing happens here. That's why I said this is not a preview, this is more of an example. So we write back 8.75. So this is good. The title and legend item spacing is here, and then the legend item spacing, if I click on that, this is legend item spacing. This spacing symbol is showing where the spacing is going to be, and this is the column spacing. Then you have more spacings here. Now we're going to finish it up, and as you can see, our legend is here. And seems like I made a mistake again, because we have 1, 2, and 3 columns instead of 4 columns. I wanted 4 columns. Well, let's keep it like that because it matches the example we have shown. Okay, but if you don't like what you have, you can always change it. You can just select the legend by clicking on it, do a right click, and then you can delete the legend from there, and you can insert a new one. Okay, so those are the legends. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add this latitude and longitude values around our map. So to do that, we're going to go to view. From view, we're going to go to data frame properties. From data frame properties, we're going to go to grids. Okay, so if you're at general, you'll need to go to grids. From there, we're going to add a new grid here. Click on new grid, and then you have which do you want to create. You can create graticule, you can use measured grid, you can do a reference grid, and here is example showing you. So we're taking graticule, and you can set the grid name as well. So I'm keeping it as graticule, but you can give it the name, any name you want. And let's go to next. Here the appearance, here's the preview of the appearance. Graticule and labels will look like this. Tick marks and labels will look like this. Labels only will look like this. Since in our example this is what it looks like, that means we used labels only. So here I'm keeping it as labels only. And then the intervals of each individual label. The interval is for latitude is set at 10 degrees. As you can see from our example, here is 0 degrees, here is 10 degrees north, here is 20 degrees north. That means the interval is of 10. And then for longitude, we have the same same intervals of 10. Now this is what I do is I keep the interval of latitude and longitude to be the same, so it looks a bit prettier, I guess. So let's go to next. From here we can set the axes, measure, division, and ticks. There you go. If you check it back on, it's back on again. Minor division or ticks. Since we do not have minor divisions, it is not applicable here. Click on, you can also change the text style from here. There are various types of text to be chosen from, and you can also change the color, the type of the format, the size. Let's increase the size a bit. Let's do 9. Now from here you can choose a lot of text options. Now and change the size, right? Let's change the size, click on OK. Now let's go to next, and now we're going to finish it up. Now before we finish it up, we can also add a neat line if we want, but I'm not giving it any neat lines. And then we have graphical properties here. Store as static graph that can be edited, or store as fixed grid that updates with changes to the data frame. So I'm just checking this on. Now we have graphical border. Place a simple border at the edge of the graticule, or you can choose place a calibrated border at the edge of the graticule. As you can see, if I check this on again, the preview is showing how it is going to look like. Now click on finish it up. Now we have our grid set up. Now to apply the grid to our map, we're just going to check on the grid that we want to apply. If you have more grids made here, you need to check on the grid that you would like to apply. So since we have just one grid, I'm going to check it on. There you go, and click on apply. Click on OK. As you can see, your grids are here. Now another fun fact is that if your map was not georeferenced, then the grid application would not have worked. So if when you apply grid and see that nothing is appearing on your map, on your layer properties, then you need to understand that the file you have worked with is not georeferenced. That's why it is not showing that. Okay, so that is a problem many people face when they start working with ArcMap or ArcGIS. They don't understand why their latitude and longitudes are not showing. It's not showing because the georeferencing was not done. So since our map is ready to be exported, we go to File. From there you can go to Export Map, click on it. Now you have to choose the target folder where you want to save it. You have to give us a file name. Let's call it IndoPac2. IndoPac2. And the save as type you can choose from all of these versions. So first let's do a JPEG version. There you go. You can set the resolution, you can set the width, you can set the height of the image. I'm not changing any of those, but you can change those if you want. Now click on save, and it has been saved. Now let's go back to file, click on export map again. Now we're going to save it as a PDF. So first let's give it name, Indo-Pak2. There you go, save as type. We're going to go for PDF. There we have the PDF version. Now click on save. Now you can also change the resolution, the ratio, and then you have the output image quality. You can choose from fast, normal to best. So let's keep it at best. And you can also clip output to graphics extend. You can check this on as well. I'm not going to do that. Let's just save it. And here it is being saved, and it has been saved. Okay, so if you go to images, all right, let's go to that particular folder. There we go. Now we have Indo-Pak2. This is the PDF of Indo-Pak2. Let's open it up. There you go. We have the Indo-Pak countries here. This was the first one that I had made previously to this video, and this is the one that we just made on this video. Okay, and then we can also see the image version of it. There we have Indo-Pak2. This is the one we just made. Now as you can see in this picture, we can see the latitude and longitudes clearly without zooming, but in the former picture that I had made beforehand, we could not see it without zooming. The reason is because, well, I was making this, you have seen that I have increased the text size of the latitude and longitude, but in this case the text size was at default, meaning 6, and here the text size is at 9. So as more you practice, you'll understand how much text size to adjust, how much resolution to adjust, how much size and width you should adjust to make your maps look better and prettier. And there are a lot of options to play with. I did not show you all of the options here. I just showed you how to make an exact copy of a map that I have made previously. You can play with it. The more you practice, the more you'll understand better about this. So that was it for this video. I hope you got to learn something new, and thank you very much for watching. If you have found the video to be useful, please like and consider subscribing to the channel, as it will enable me to make more videos like this one. Thank you.